Hello, UIL. It is time for another video lesson. I'm trying a new way where I just straight up record my screen instead of doing this thing that does this thing that does that thing. I figured this might actually be easier for me. So we're going to try it. This week, we talked about, during our in-person lesson, in the Hall of the Mountain King. I don't think I can write on this, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay? In the Hall of the Mountain King. It's the part that should be in the middle of the screen. The big part, the thicker part at the tippity top says Peer Gynt, and we talked about how that is a name of a make-believe character. Suite number 1. So sweets, no, not the candy sweets, or not, oh, this is so sweet. No, the SUITE suite. Think of that as a series, the way that there is a Fly Guys series. And you know, in the Fly Guys series, there's a bunch of different books, and they always have Fly Guy in them, right? Well, it's the same with this. Peer Gynt suite. Okay? Peer Gynt is the series. This is the first book because it's number 1. And this is the chapter in that book called In the Hall of the Mountain King. There's a whole story that actually goes with Peer Gynt. It's a make-believe character. I think he's German. I think he's a German character. Norway. He's a Norwegian character. Where he gets into all kinds of trouble. Doesn't really make the best choices. In book number 1, where our selection comes from, he is going around the countryside and he finds this huge castle and is like, I'm going to make a sad choice. I'm going to go steal their gold. And that's what's happening before we get to our chapter in the Hall of the Mountain King. Then when we get to this chapter, he's sneaking around the castle because he doesn't want to get caught. And then at one point he sees that it's not other humans in the castle, it's trolls. And so he has to be extra careful so that way he doesn't get gobbled up, because these are the trolls that eat people. Well, then he gets caught. And so he has to start running away, and that is where we have our accelerando sections. So he starts slow and he starts soft, and then he has to slowly get faster and he has to slowly get louder. So we have an accelerando and we have a crescendo, which I will talk about those things in a little bit. Okay? And then he has to run away. And in the next chapter, which I don't know off the top of my head what the next chapter would be called, but in the next chapter, that's when we find out if he survives or if he gets caught. And I have to go read that chapter, so maybe somebody can find it for me, okay? So let's talk about the composer. This is Grieg. His full name is Edvard Grieg. He was born in Norway, and I will see if I have, yes. Okay, so on the screen, I have a map of Europe. In Europe, there's a bunch of other countries, and they're still pretty big. Norway is this yellow one up here at the top, okay? We have the United Kingdom, that's where all the British people are. Ireland, that's where all the Irish people are. Norway would have the Norwegian people. And just to show you how far away Norway is, we are in the United States of America, but we are specifically in that little tip that's down by Mexico, because Texas has the weird shape. We have to cross the entire ocean to get to Norway. Norway is pink this time, okay? Back to Grieg. He was born in Norway. When he turned 15, he went into a super famous music school. It's called Leipzig. Super famous. And he learned how to play piano. He learned music theory, which is like the rules of writing, and composition, which is writing music. When he turned 20, he moved to Denmark. Denmark has special things. And he met a very important guy named Hans Christian Andersen. Now, you're going to hear the word Hans and be like, Prince Hans from Frozen. Technically, yes, but it's not him. He's not a prince. Hans Christian Andersen, I know way too much about this guy, made a lot of the fairy tales that we know. He was the original person who wrote The Little Mermaid. He's the original person who wrote a book called The Ice Queen that then got turned into Frozen. He's famous. He wrote a lot of these fairy tales, and then nobody knows that he wrote a lot of these fairy tales. So, that is where Grieg got the idea to write the Peer Gynt suites, because Hans Christian Andersen's story of Peer Grieg. So, most of Grieg's, most of his best known work is when he took fairy tales, old traditional fairy tales, and he put music to them. So that way, instead of telling the story with words, you tell the story with instruments. And he is so special and so important to Norway as a country that he is actually admired as a hero, even though he passed away a very, very long time ago. Let me find the listening map. That's just the plain old picture. So, I really wish I could write on here. Oh well. We start down here at the sleeping troll. And we actually go around in a circle, kind of like a spiral. And we start pianissimo. That's the two P's down here. That means very quiet. And then we slowly grow to piano, which is just quiet. And then we get to mezzo piano, or medium quiet. Keep spiraling around. We find mezzo forte, or medium loud. Keep spiraling around. Oh, we have those fancy words, accelerando and crescendo. Accelerando means the music is going to start getting faster and faster and faster. And crescendo means the music is going to start getting louder, louder, and louder. And then we keep spinning, and oh, look, we have the full orchestra. That means everybody's playing, so everyone's doing something, so it's going to be loud. And we have forte, which means loud. Keep spinning around. Another accelerando. We're going to keep speeding up. Coda, we've talked about coda, how that is just the fancy ending at the end. And you'll hear it. You know that it sounds different. And then it happens. And then cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And then fortissimo, very loud. And the king troll. So that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're listening for when we listen to the music map, okay? I'm going to pull the music map back up.
Peer Gynt Suite Number 1, In the Hall of the Mountain King, by Grieg.
All right. So, on the big Google Doc, the thing with a bunch of links, I've been linking so that way you can see the wall sign, which is what we started with, the composer, you can watch the video map again. They have this thing called kinesthetic titles with a really fancy intro.
Today, you will be studying Peer Gynt Suite.
And they explain it for you, and it gives you motions to go along so that way you can remember the title and who wrote it. And then they even have words to themes where they take the theme of the piece, which is the da 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 da, and they add words to it. And I think the words are something like, in the hall of Mountain King, Mountain King, Mountain King, in the hall of Mountain King, from Peer Gynt Suite by Grieg. Okay. So I want y'all to watch those things. I don't do it for my benefit. I'm not the one taking the test, so I think it would help you. So please, when you have time, watch all the other links that I give you. Now, to go over here. Let's put it on a normal color. Yeah, sure. So I talked about some fancy schmancy words like accelerando. Okay, accelerando means that we start slow and we gradually get faster. So we start slow, slow, and we get faster, 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 faster. Okay? a crescendo. And I know these are funny words. They're all Italian. A crescendo looks like this. That's not the color I wanted. That's the color I wanted. And it starts small because we start soft on this side. And then it grows in size because the sound is going to grow and become loud. So the sound is small. Sound. 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 Okay. Sorry, that was my bracelet hitting the music stand. Then we had some things that I was saying on the music map that look like this. All right. This side of the world aha. Okay. This side of the world is loud. And this side of the world is soft or quiet. Okay? So the blue side, loud sounds. Pink side, soft sounds. Add a layer, hide that one. When we have the letter P, it means piano or soft. When we have two P's, it's pianissimo or very soft. The issimo just means very. When you add an extra one, you're adding the word very. MP is mezzo piano or medium soft. All right. So M just adds medium. When we have an F, that's forte or loud. When we have two Fs, fortissimo. Remember that issimo just means very. So adding an extra one, we add the word very. MF is mezzo, forte, and that is medium, loud. All right? Let me hide that one and bring this back. This is how it actually grows. It grows from very... Show that one. No, I don't want that layer. Currently selected layer. Aha. Got it. Okay. So we actually start very soft. We grow to just soft, medium loud, very loud, or regular loud and very loud. I have vocab words for y'all, but I'm going to have to come back and do that in a second. All right, so I had some more vocab words that I needed to cover with you. One of them is dynamics. And we've already talked about dynamics. I just didn't tell you what they were called. Dynamics are the volume levels that tell us soft and loud. Okay? That's all dynamics is. It's just a fancy word for soft and loud. Then we have the word theme. Theme is the main thing that you remember, the main thing you remember from the song. So from In the Hall of the Mountain King, it's da 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 da. That's the theme of the piece. It's just the main melody that you remember. And then this last one is fancy, okay? So the last one is incidental music. Incidental music is music that is written Hello? So, incidental music is music that was written to tell a story. So how I keep saying this piece tells a story. It tells the story of a guy who gets into a castle full of trolls and has to run away for his life. You know, that is music that tells a story, just without any words. Oops, wrong button. Now, for when I tell you to do the analysis page is that thing that we fill out. The title, if you want, you can just put In the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay? That's what we're more than likely going to call it, instead of Peer Gynt Suite in the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay? So that is what we put for title. I changed the color on purpose. Thank you. All right? That's what we're putting for the title. Pause it if you need it, because I'm erasing and putting the next one. For composer, the composer's name is Grieg, and I have to flip to my thing to make sure I spell it correctly. Grieg. Grieg. That is the composer. So you write that in the next blank. And then we have tempo. And it has on there slow and fast. In my opinion, it starts fast and gets faster. So you are going to circle fast. All right? Now, the next one, the next spot is there a special word for this tempo? No, there is not. So just leave it blank. All right. Then performing group. What is the performing group? It has listed orchestra, small ensemble, vocal, that means if somebody was singing it, band, we haven't made it to that one yet, piano, solo, opera chorus, strings, men / woman, choir. Happy little look into my really bad handwriting. Okay. There's nobody singing, so it can't be vocal. So it can't be an opera chorus or a men and women's choir, since there's nobody singing it. It does not have just a piano, so we're not going to worry about piano. There's a bunch of instruments, so it can't be solo. We haven't made it to band yet. I already told you that, so we're not going to worry about band. It has string instruments in it, but they're not the only ones playing, so it's not just the strings. That leaves us with orchestra and small ensemble. There's a lot, so it's not small, it's a big group, so you're going to circle orchestra, all right? And then form. Are you ready? The form is A, A, A. Super hard. I hope you can get the form. So hard. Okay? It's ah or A. And then the very last thing, do you like it? Do you not like it? Yes, no. That is an opinion. So it's allowed to be different from mine. Cool? So make sure you look in the description box below this video. To find that link. You will also find a link to my website where you can find the links to all of the videos that I've made so far. And keep listening to your MP3 players and keep learning.